जय अनुसंधान परमहंस परिवार sir. I thought that the past is similar by various components, about the back of the dance, some problem, Jaya Visavan Paramahansa, Parivar, I thought that the past is similar by good. The back is the dance, after the social goods and proper Maran's cage. And I'm the go to my when the cage. Now I'm carrying to the Haridas, the cage. Thanks in the house, the kids, my chicken, and that. Sì, adventure that sì, si gora bastante. Pega, si rada Krishna Gopal Gosma, sono Kundara, Dan, Pega, Kundara Natura Dan, Pega, Mayatanova Dan, Pega, Vijayam Purita, Pega, Ganga Maya Manamaya, Pega, Cemetery told the day about the day, Pega, some of the Bhakti, Pega, Nita and good, Premanandi. Our glory to the Son of devotees, our glory to the Son of devotees, our glory to the Son of devotees, our glory. It's just we go and remember. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaste. Namaste Narayana. Devin Saraswati Vatsa. Tato Jaya Mandira. Natsa Pesavadisu. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Sloke. Bhakti Bhavati Naisaki. So Shrimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 13, Text 47. It's all taking place here in ISKCON, New Alipore. Mm. Yeah, let's close on it. As uh, Ahastani Sahastanam Apadani Charu Chatuspadam Paguni Tatra Mohatam Jivo Jiva Sajivanam Ahastani Sahastanam Padani Chatuspadam Aguni Tattamahatam Jivo Jiva Sajivanam Hastani Sahastanam Abdani Chatuspadam Aguni Tattamahatam Jivo Jiva Sajivanam Anyone else to try? Man? Yes. Anyone else to try? Yes? Try. All right. You're feeling shy? It's advisable. Um, what synonyms means what to what translation? Translation and support by divine grace is confirmatory. Sila abachan din back to the dance stand for Panaran speed. Sila Prabhupada speed. Ahastani. Those who are devoid of hands. Sahasana of those who are endowed with hands. Padani, those who are devoid of legs. Chatupadam, of those who have four legs. Falguni, those who are weak. Tata, yeah. Mahatam, of the powerful. Jivaha, the living being. Jivasya, of the living being. Jivanam, sustenance. And subsistence. Subsistence. Right. Translation. Please can you respond and repeat? Those who are devoid of hands are paid for those who have hands. Those devoid of life are prey for the four legs. The weak are the subsistence of the strong. And the general rule holds that one living being is food for another. A terrible rule, you know. For part, a systematic law of subsistence in its struggle for existence is thereby the supreme will. And there is no escape for anyone by any amount of planning. The living beings who have come to the material world against the will of the supreme being are under the control of a supreme power called Maya Shakti, the deputed agent of the Lord. And this daily Maya is meant to pinch the conditioned souls by threefold miseries, one of which is explained here in this verse. The weak are the subsistence of the strong. No one is strong enough to protect himself from the onslaught of a stronger and by the will of the Lord. There are systematic categories of the weak, the stronger, and the strongest. There is nothing to be lamented if a tiger eats a weaker animal, including a man, because that is the law of the supreme law. But although the law says that a human being must subsist on other living beings, on another living being, there is the law of good sense, there is the law of good sense also. For the human being is meant to obey the laws of the scriptures. This is impossible for other animals. The the human being is the human being is meant for self-realization. And for that purpose, it is not to eat anything which is not first offered to the Lord. The Lord accepts from his devotee all kinds of food preparations made of vegetables, fruits, leaves, and grains. Fruits, leaves, and milk in different varieties can be offered to the Lord, and after the Lord accepts the foodstuff, the devotee can partake of the prasad as the leftover remnants. By which all suffering in the struggle for existence will be gradually mitigated, which is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 9:26. What is that Bhagavad Gita? Remember that text? Bhagavad Gita 9:26. Yes? Finish it. Finish it! Can anyone help out? Okay. Yes? Want to help? Very good. What does that mean? Anyone to translate that? Do something. See, we don't just want to sit down and rest. Yes, can someone give the translation of that without looking into the text in the digital system? Okay, you can look into your digital system, no problem. Huh? No, no, no. You cannot do everything. We have to, the message has to go around. Any of the mothers to try? They should try and then you shame these boys. People who claim in India, the men always think that they're superior, okay? So, any mothers can help us with the translation? Do you read every day? Hey, you read purpose books every day? At least, even if it's one line. Do you read every day? You read every day? You? You? Sure. Okay. Yeah. You see, we we are we are missionaries. So it's not like we go to the mandia, we hear the priest chant the mantras and all these rituals, and then we go home, and then that's the end. We go another day. That's the end. No bad. We are missionaries, especially those who live in ashram. Ashram means a place of spiritual learning. So training is required, learning is required. I remember when I first joined, I was so voracious about this spiritual knowledge. I'll go out, we go out, telling them, we go out for Sankirtan, come back, and then the ashram is crowded, one room with many people. So I go to the back of the temple, the back, go and hide at the back here to read. Yeah. So we need to explore teachings of Prophet. It's very important. Otherwise, how are we going to how are we going to represent Prophet? How are we going to read? I mean, okay. So yes. Anyone of the leaf flowers food or water with love? Next. Yeah. The important factor there in that text is love. Bhakti with love. Bhakti with love. So you don't want to I mean, it's like you want to buy, you see some beggar on the road and then you throw the money from far away. That's not with love. I mean, just very realistic. You know you're going to get some benefit by giving something to the beggar. But even with the beggar, you need to do it with love so that the person does have a sense of belonging, they have a care. But, so even in our system, Krishna emphasized this point. We should be attentive. If someone loves you, they are attentive to your needs. Come to do the things, you know. Yeah. Even those who are accustomed to eat animals can offer foodstuff, not to Lord Krishna directly, but to an agent of the Lord under certain conditions of religious rites. Injunctions of the scriptures are meant not to encourage eaters of animals, but to restrict them by regulative principles. Animal eating. This is a big problem. Big problem. Flesh eating, not veg. Hmm? It's a big problem in Bengal, right? Huh? True or false? Yeah. In America, people become vegetarians out of pride. I remember Bill Clinton, one of the past presidents of the U.S. The family, they're not just vegetarians; they're vegans. So when their daughter was to get married, the daughter of the president, the daughter was to get married, she put up a flyer, she put up a notice. You're coming for this wedding. We are not going to serve anything other than vegan. If you're not ready for this, don't come. Yeah, so people become vegetarians in America, in the West, mainly for health purposes. And it gives them a sense of pride that they are controlling themselves. Yeah. And people see you that you're a vegetarian. I remember one of these devotees who was in the army. He was a major in the army. He was a professor before, and he told me so many stories about these top brass military guys. Just by seeing he's a black guy, and he's so disciplined. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't because he's a brown. Okay, so these top brass, the generals and all this, they watch him like a deity. Yeah, because people, especially in the military, there's a rule that you cannot drink alcohol because it makes people to commit crimes or involved in antisocial behavior. But almost everyone in the military drinks anyway. Why? Started ability is doing there. Right. So yeah, the rules are there. Rules could be there, but the people having the zeal, the inner strength, the willpower to follow the rules. Except there's some purification. Following rules becomes very difficult. Uh, the living being is a source of subsistence for other stronger living beings. No one should be very anxious for his subsistence in any circumstance because there are living beings everywhere. and no living being starves for want of food at any place. Mara Yudhishthira is advised by Naga not to worry about the uncle suffering for want of food, for they could live on vegetables available in the jungles side of the Supreme Lord. That realize, and thus realize the path of salvation. Exploitation of the weaker living being by the stronger is the natural law of existence. There is always an intent to devour the weak in different kingdoms of the living beings. There is no possibility of checking this tendency by any artificial means under material conditions. It can be checked only by awakening the spiritual sense of the human being by practice of spiritual regulations. The spiritual regulated principles, however, do not allow us to slaughter weaker animals on one side and teach others peaceful coexistence. If a man does not allow the animals peaceful coexistence, how can we expect peaceful existence in human society? In other words, if we are not there, means we are being balanced. And if we are balanced, how do we expect non-balance in society? Because what you put uh, into the environment, what you put into space, what you put into the air, and you get a feedback. If you throw a ball to the wall, what happens? The ball bounces back to you. So the ball bounces back to you, and you wonder, why did ball bounce back to me? I want peace. I'm not getting the peace. So simple problems are there, but the root cause of the problems need to be explored. Otherwise, this artificial strategies to mitigate wars or to bring about peace, it has never worked on this planet. Mm. The blind leaders, the blind leaders must therefore understand the supreme being and then try to implement the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God or Rapture is impossible without the awakening of God consciousness in the mind of the people of the world. Om Agyanatmivasya Gamjana Salakaya Satsu Onmeritam Dinatasmai Sri Gurave. The Chaitanya Manovistam Safitam Yenabhutale Swayam Rup Padata Padantika Vandasi Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodato Buddhaya Prastavanto Chita Chandra Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Natadhara Sri Vasada Gaura Bhakti Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurava Charini Namaste Satsona Bhakti Prasna Panchakalpataribhyacha Kripasundhyayevacha Patitanam Bhavanibhyo Pashya. So this text is about eating. Non-veg. Acha? uh, and sometimes people query, why are you trying to control me? There are too many laws. Lady came here, one beautiful lady came here from France with her husband. She's from Bengal. Husband is a French man. Handsome, huge, tall, very responsible guy. Yeah, guy was really. The guy was so much of aesthetics. The woman is also very, very beautiful. They have a very big boy, 2 years old. Huh? So she said she's initiated. What is that lady? Did you give the information to Prabhu? Oh. Huh? What? Okay, she should come. So this is going on in India, you know. Now, India is a place of spiritual enrichment. People are born here. When someone is born here, it means that they have performed so much of austerity in their past life. And especially places like Bengal, I'm just like, in theater. We have lots of time to bed. Prabhupada appeared in Kolkata. So then someone is born here, and then they take advantage. They don't know the purpose of their life. So this lady, this boy, they came to call me. I was just wondering, why are they calling me? He said, "Man, come and speak with them. Maybe it will help to change their concepts and their thoughts." So I came and we were discussing with the lady. And she said she's initiated. So she said she wants to take initiation from ISKCON. The ISKCON rules are too much. You have to give up everything completely. Yeah. And so she took initiation from some other some other temple near their home and said, so what are your commitments? But the good thing is she's initiated, but she has no initiation name. And then the good thing is also that there are no rules, no commitment. And the good thing is that she can just chant 8 times of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. 8 times. It's a good deal, right? Isn't it? Isn't that a good deal? Huh? You don't have to worry, about 2 hours for Krishna. And you don't have to be a vegetarian anyway. You don't have to be Krishnatarian. You don't have to offer anything. You don't have to follow this Krishna's rule of, Pacham, Puspam, Palam, Puriyam, Yam, Bhakta. Just be on your own. Do whatever you like. You can chant 8 times the Hare Krishna mantra. You're covered. You're going back to somewhere, but not Krishna local. No Christian local, no Vaikuntha local. But you're going to somewhere anyway. So this is going on. But Papa did not compromise. This is very common in India. And it is also common in other I was in South America. Uh, I think Chile. I went to Chile. I went to Argentina. In Chile, those devotees they are so nice. In fact, I want to go back there because of the way they treated me when I was traveling. See, I really want to go back to those two countries to help them with the preaching because they were so nice. They had no money, but when I was needing money to buy my medication was costing like hundred and something $1,000. Yeah, so it's like you're on the death row, okay? So those guys they don't have money, but they made some concerts, organized some concerts, and people who come, they pay some fees to attend the concert. That's how they generate funds and make some contribution to the cost of my medication. So I mean, people have money is a different thing. When they don't have money, then they still express their love in their own way. No, that is it touches the heart too. But then the thing is, in South America, it's a little bit difficult for me to preach there because for one thing, I don't like a system where someone has to be in the middle between myself and the person I talk to. Because sometimes the energies are diverted and depleted very quickly. And then they're Spanish speaking people, then they're lovable people, they're very lovable. So we have all this system where people want spiritual knowledge. So in South America also there are all these gurus, from ISKCON, who I remember one boy, he was he was very much uh, affectionate towards me. He was at medical school, and then he got his girlfriend who was in law school. The parents of the girl are all lawyers, big time lawyers. And so they say, hey, we'll get you a flat. You get married to her because you impregnated her, you get married to her. So the parents of the girl, they bought a flat for him and the girl, they got married. So that boy, he was trying to get initiation. He said he wants me to be his guru. I said, no problem. So I will guide him in there. All this sex appetite was very intense. And good, luckily for me, he got initiated with another. I went there one time and he got initiated with another group. That group, you don't need to follow any rules. Okay? You don't need to jump things down. You don't need to follow any rules. So it's not. Don't think it's all in India. It's a general problem, general issue. So, but then people want some cheap tea, they get some cheap tea. It's not because Krishna fulfills our desires. We want genuine, authentic things. Krishna arranges. I mean, like one Prabhupada went to America. A number of those devotees the Prabhupada met before the early devotees, they were seeking for alternative lifestyle, spiritual life. I think two of them even came to America looking for a guru, Brahmananda and Ketananda or something like that. They came to India looking for guru. Unfortunately, they couldn't find a guru who speaks English fluently. So they went back. And then they met Prabhupada. So if we have a genuine desire, Krishna will fulfill that desire. So we have to be careful about what we desire. Because as devotees, or people who are trying to be devotees, Krishna is very sensitive to our needs, very sensitive to our desires. And therefore, find out In material world, people don't want authentic things. In most cases, they want cheap and counterfeit goods. You want genuine goods, authentic goods, original goods. Be ready to pay for the price. You have to be ready to pay for the price. It might be expensive, but it will give you that fulfillment. And when you wear that material to any place, people understand, people respect what you wear. You wear some cheap things, you go to some place, you think, hmm, look at this guy. So spiritual life is also like that. Sometimes we want the spiritual life to be very cheap, really very cheap. So Krishna, Ishwara Sarva Bhutanam, read and say Arjuna Tista, Krishna is in our heart. It directs us to some cheap process. The guru who will not, uh, who will care about what we do or what we don't do. You chant, no need to chant so many mantras, so many Hare Krishna. You chant only 8 times minimum, okay? 8 times minimum. All right, finish it. But anyway, you don't have any name, no change of name. Okay. So this is not our process. I thought beautiful now lady because she's a Bengali, and so I was telling her, look, you now you should understand you're responsible for this man and your son. Because the Bhagavatam says, don't be a mother, don't be a father, don't be a teacher, don't be a worshipable deity, don't be a guru if you are not in a position to enable the emancipation of your dependence from the onslaught of death and death. So I said, okay, yeah, right now you're in a mess. You're eating meat, eating every damn thing. How are you going to free yourself from this situation? Now you have a responsibility. You have a child. You have to liberate that child from repeated birth and death. How are you going to do it? So human life is very, very dicey, it's a delicate platform. The majority of people don't know that it's a delicate platform. To be a human being, it's too much expectations. We have to fulfill so many things. And the laws of nature, proper, using proper words, laws of nature, they're so stringent. Laws of nature don't excuse us for any wrong thing we do. They don't say, oh, you're innocent. I'm sorry, I'm innocent. No. Papa said the laws of nature are stringent, they're very stringent. So people tend to think that we are free. No one is free on this planet. Nobody is free. Everyone is under check and balance. We do something that is registered for whatever we do. Who is that registered? Yes, huh? Who is the register? Who checks? Who documents all of our deeds? Huh? What? Yeah, but that's a specific personality without that. Huh? Hitler goes by the second. He documents everything. If we do everything, you go to the bed of the sea to do anything, Chitragupta documents it. Is that a good one? That you don't have any secrets? There's no privacy. We're talking about privacy, but there's no privacy. There's nothing we do that is not being noticed. Nothing. If you like, go into the bed of the sea and perform your activities. Chitragupta will record them. So the laws of nature are very strict. And we are responsible. We have the freedom to do whatever we want, to eat whatever we want to eat. We want to eat animals, good for you. We want to eat non-veg, good for you. But there are repercussions that comes with any activity. In India, some people they find it difficult to give up. What is that? Onion and garlic. Yes, sometimes the query is a bit. Onion and garlic. They they are they are they are veg. They are veg, no? So why don't you eat onion and garlic? Why don't yes tell us. Yes, doctor, can you tell us? Why we don't eat onion and garlic? Food in mode of ignorance? Eh? Yes. They are this if you see if you take onion, the peel of an onion and press it to your eyes, the water that comes out very pepperish. That's how it touches the heart, the mind. When you eat, they have medicinal values, but we don't eat it because the food we offer to Krishna is not based on medicinal value, it's based on love. We take the remnants of prasadam and get purified. And when medicine, we can always meet an ayurvedic doctor to give us to prescribe some medicine for us. So, Jiva Jiva to Jivanam. I like that the last line of this very text. Jivo Jiva to Jivanam. Uh, the living being is food for another living. The living being, embodied being, is food for another embodied being. The weak is food for the strong. And therefore, Papa gives the example of the lion. Lion is the king of the jungle. Lion means sometimes they try to take down an elephant. Lion is so fearless. They try to take down a rhino. Uh, so lion is so uh, what do you call like a terrorist in the jungle. If you watch a wildlife, you see how these lions behave to any animal. If the animal is bigger than them, they want to take them down. Buffalo, they want to take them down. But the buffalo has a very powerful horn. So you know how sometimes the buffaloes kill the lion just with their horns. It's like the lion throwing out. And the other animal, what is the name? The one with long legs. What's the name? Yeah, a giraffe. When lions try to, attack giraffe, you know what they do? They they- they give them down. Really. And so even the so-called weak animals, they have their own uh, endowment in terms of resistance or protection. Because one of the defaults in the material world is fighting. And even Krishna mentioned in the Gita, we humans, we've been exploiting the resources of material nature since time immemorial. That we have that urge, we have that propensity, we have that natural tendency to exploit the resources of material nature, to use other living beings for our own advantage. So then, can we say that are the people doing wrong if you know, if they exploit other people? This is the law. What's wrong with exploiting other people? This is the law. So, but as human beings, if we exploit people, we get some feedback, we get some reaction. The animals, the lion may, attack any animal for prey, but we have regulations. The difference between the living beings and the animals is that we are bound to live our lives based on regulation. In other words, scriptures, religion, because religion means following the laws of God. So there are so many rules, and our eating habits is also uh, guided. So the human life is not a place to joke around. But whether we know the rules or not, we'll see. You don't commit a crime and go to the court and tell the judge or the prosecutor that, sir, I don't know about this. Okay, they say, all right. So good that you don't know about it. But you will pay the price for your ignorance. Next time, maybe you learn. But this is the law of the land. You're going to be jailed. So we can't use innocence or ignorance. We don't know about this rule. They will not accept. The hemorrhage is not going to excuse anyone based on ignorance. The point is that you're a human being. The expectation is that you're supposed to know. You are supposed to know this rule as a human being. And it's like you buy an electronic gadget. And every electronic gadget comes with what? A manual. You don't know how to operate the manual. Who are you going to blame? You didn't read the manual. You don't know how to operate the gadget. It means you didn't read the manual. If you don't know how to operate the gasket, it means you didn't read the manual. And if you don't read the manual, who are you going to blame for your ignorance? You mean spoil your electronic equipment. If you start playing around with it without understanding which key to press for this purpose or for that purpose, you may just spoil, destroy your equipment. So the scriptures are there for the benefit of human beings and for to enable us to follow the laws of nature so that we don't become statistics. We don't become victims and suffer. This is the whole situation where people don't seem to understand that we are governed by rules. The planet is governed by very stringent rules. Very stringent rules. If you go to at first stage, if someone wants to go to another country, for instance, you want to go to America, you know, you try to understand the culture. What is operational values? What is the modus operandi and modus vivendi of Americans? What are the laws of the land? Which side do they drive? Is it right or left? If you don't understand the simple things and then you go on the steering, come on, you're just looking for jail. So as human beings, the expectation is that we should know the laws that guide our existence. And in India, you're exposed to these laws, to these scriptures from China. And so to be a vegetarian or to live ethically should not be a problem. For people who do not know, who are not exposed to the laws, even then there is no excuse. Not to speak of someone who should know the law. And so we appreciate what Prabhupada has given to us because this very concept, uh, this rule prevails. And human being, we are responsible. We have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to protect the animals, to protect the weak, protect the women, protect the children, protect the elderly. So human life is very demanding. Why is it very demanding? Because a human being is endowed with big brain. And what is the big brain for? It's not just to eat and sleep. is endowed big brain. We endow big brains because of our assigned responsibility. So when people tend to argue that uh, there's no need to be a vegetarian, the right choose to be non-veg, it's simply because the senses, that's a go-be visitor, uncontrolled senses. When the people are not able to control their urges, then they tend to rationalize for whatever they want to do, or whatever they're doing, they will rationalize the deviation. But the rationalization of our deviation does not excuse us from paying the price for our deviations. So, animals are not meant for food for the living beings, for us, for human beings. Because the animals, for example, the lion is feeding on animals. But you see that their kind and teeth is different from ours. They don't need to cook the animal. They don't need a knife to cut the animal. A lion brings down any animals. Where does it go? It goes to the neck first. There's lions jump even on humans. When they jump on a human being, they don't jump on your leg. They jump on the neck because they are very easily to break your vasculars and you're gone. You see the blood from there. They feed on the blood mainly. So animals, lions are not being arrested for killing a human being. If a human being kills another human being, they are arrested because that's not our our dharma. And so this here has been cancelled by Narada not to worry because his uncles are going to the forest and it's a very pious king, so he's a little bit worried. What are they going to eat in the forest? Where are they going to sleep? How is the condition going? This type of uh, self-imposed anxieties were going on you distress mind. Not a surprisingly, don't worry. Food, there are vegetables there, there are fruits there, so you don't worry, they will subsist. And because we are meant for a particular type of diet that suits our teeth and our alimentary canal. The biological setting of our system, for instance, the alimentary canal, we find out uh, the hydrochloric acid in our stomach is not so highly concentrated like the ones of the carnivores, like the one. So the digestion takes a longer time because if the hydrochloric acid concentration is not so high, digestion is a little bit slower, and therefore intestines a little bit longer than those of the carnivores. I mean, just scientifically, if you study these things, you see we are not meant to be eating animals. The ones, the bodies, beings that eat animals, they don't cook the animals. They just eat it raw. You're cooking it because you're not going to be able to digest it. You're not going to be able to chew it raw, but you're supposed to eat it raw. The carnivores, they eat the animals raw. Have you ever seen lions setting up stove to cook the animals? No. So if you want to eat animals, good for you. Don't cook it. Because the kind was don't put behind. So we want situations, we want to modify situations to suit our purpose. Then they are involved in this unethical behavior causing violence to other living beings that we want. This is ironic. So Papa mentioned that the leaders of society should understand this vicious cycle and they should practice uh, the value of peace, beginning with themselves by being non-violent. Because if we want peace, we should be non-violent so that we can be peaceful. If we are violent, we can't be peaceful. If we are hurtful to people, we cannot be peaceful. It's a simple rule that is there. We just have to see how we are appreciating our very simple process of being Christianitarians, offering everything to Christian before we eat, purify our existence. This is the rule, this is the law of nature. Any comments or questions? Any comments or questions, messages? Do you understand all the things we said? You understand? You understand the things we said here? Huh? No? Do you understand what we're talking? No? Yes? Oh. Any questions? Baboons, you understand everything? Any questions? Yes. In my day, people believe that if someone wants something good or give or one inspire Lord Ali or they believe that if we offer some innocent animal, then Lord Ali Lord one God satisfy and fulfill one desire. Is it right? Um, Allah Krishna mentions about demigod worship in the Bhagavad Gita. And Lord Krishna himself, who is the predominant deity of all the universe of God, admonishes this deity worship. It says that people who worship, demigod, but yes, demigod worship. But you see, we have to be meticulous, meticulously thankful in transplanting or presenting the essence of what Krishna says to people. Because if we want to act like Krishna and then just condemn people, oh, you're worshiping demigods, you're going to hell, this and that, you're worshiping Kali, you're going to hell, this is nonsense and all these things. We're not, it does not portray us to be good people. Good, we want to win people, we don't want to create enemies. And people are on different platforms, with different consciousness. Even humans, there are about 400,000 species of human. On the human level, there are about 400,000 species, means different consciousness. So someone may be having two legs, two eyes, two hands, walking like a human being. But they may not necessarily be human beings. Why? Because their consciousness is that is like that of the subhuman. So people engage in demigod worship, like you mentioned, uh, worshiping demigods and then offerings of animals and demigods and all this. And that, huh? They are educated. Yeah. They are. They have that understanding. They want. They have this. That's a fallacy we call sunk cost fallacy. Sunk cost fallacy. The sunk cost fallacy basically stipulates that people are so much engrossed in instant gratification that they forget about what could happen to them in the future, the resultant effects of what they are doing in the future. They don't seem to recognize that. They're covered over with a sense of here and now, immediate results. Yes, so they worship Durga and offer animals or whatever. Yes, they may be educated people, but being educated does not really make you an ethical being or a non-violent being. You can be very educated. You can be very educated. See, I know there was a case of one professor in New York, in an Ivy League, one of the best universities in Connecticut, in America. This professor was arrested. What was the cause of the arrest? He was having fun with his daughter. He was having sex with his daughter. And then the information leaked. So being educated does not uh, circumscribe you from terrible, simple ideas, simple thoughts, simple deeds. But every simple activity comes with a reaction. Yes, you may get some good feedback from the demigod, but as long as there was violence involved, you will pay the price of the violence. That's the point. So yeah, belief system is fine. Everyone does some things based on belief system. But a belief system in management science, we also have belief systems. But then the difference is that uh, we say your belief system should be backed up with scientific value. So what is the scientific value of sacrificing an animal? What is the ethical value of sacrificing an animal to then God because you want some particular desire fulfilled? Yes, you got your desire fulfilled, but the laws of nature hold you responsible for causing violence on an animal. You pay a price for it. Do you understand? Yeah, but we don't go to people and tell them that, hey, you're killing animals and you're sacrificing animals. Laws of nature will hold you responsible. This is completely nonsense. And you're an educated person. You're supposed to know things, right? No, we don't talk like that. We don't. Because we want to create an environment where people can gradually be drawn to Christian consciousness. We become friendly to people. Look, I have friends who are not able to follow Christian consciousness. But they're my friends. They like what I'm doing. And at the same time, they try, they sincerely want to. But, some of them, they've been so addicted, they are caught up, they are stuck in some cost fallacy. And they're not able to get relief. So what happens? What I do is just be friendly with them, give them prasada, and all this stuff. Gradually, they become purified. They've been in next life, they can appreciate Krishna consciousness and practice. See, we are doing it. So sometimes we think that it's very easy, so everyone else should do it, but it's not very easy. But you need some credits. You need some reserve in your bank, special bank balance to come to that level where you follow distance and cultivate non-violent life. Any other comments? Okay. In the absence of any other comments or questions, we'd like to adjourn this meeting. And I also like to say that I'll be leaving today to my part. So see you next time. C'è da paura che ma anche